Hello, and welcome to the CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst, CySA Plus, Certification Study Guide. In this video, we will discuss Chapter 10 scenario. So, sit back and take note of this scenario. Hope you enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Incident response management addresses how to react to a successful attack in order to contain the attack, minimize its impact, and restore systems back to their normal state. Whereas incident response is a challenge for any organization, there are two types of organizations that are having the most difficulty. What's particularly concerning is that, unlike a compromised business enterprise in that only their customers are affected, these organizations provide services to all individuals in a geographic area, and the services that they provide are considered critical. What are the two types of organizations that have the most difficulty with incident response? They are local governments and publicly owned utilities that provide electricity, gas, water, and sewer services. Local government agencies are an increasingly attractive target for threat actors, particularly public schools and public hospitals. These agencies from Baltimore to Los Angeles have experienced high-profile attacks in recent years. The number of kindergarten through 12th grade public schools suffering ransomware attacks now number about 2,000 annually. These attacks almost doubled from 2021 to 2022. This increase is likely related to the fact that public education has dramatically increased its use of technology for instruction in recent years. This increase was rapidly accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic that forced schools to pivot overnight to new instructional technologies to support remote learning. It has been recognized that this rapidly increased usage and reliance on technology in public education came without cybersecurity protections being first planned and then implemented. Likewise, public hospitals' reliance on technology has also dramatically increased. Alright, now let's see how this turns out. This has been accelerated by more technology being used to optimize administrative operational functions, such as using bots to determine patient eligibility and manage billing processes. In addition, more hospitals are using remote patient monitoring through medical Internet of Things, IoT devices, and there has been a shift to online telehealth services, which grew from 0.1 out of every 100 appointments pre-pandemic to a quarter of all appointments conducted online during the pandemic. That number has now decreased to 7 out of every 100. This rapid adoption of technology in both public education and public hospitals has unfortunately not resulted in a parallel rapid increase in cybersecurity protection. Most local governments lack the funds to invest in state-of-the-art cyber defense technology. While there is cyber insurance available for purchase, the costs can be prohibitive for smaller government agencies, and many cyber personnel in these public agencies are paid far less than what they could earn in a large enterprise. This has resulted in a continual churn of experienced cyber technicians leaving public agencies for higher-paying jobs, and recent college graduates are quickly being snapped up and employed by enterprises instead of working for public organizations. These factors leave public schools and public hospitals particularly vulnerable to attacks, and these attacks are now having an even worse impact on local governments. Local government agencies are rarely fully supported through taxes. Instead, they must issue municipal bonds, munis, to raise money. Munis are debt securities issued by states, cities, counties, and other governmental entities to fund day-to-day obligations and to finance capital projects such as building schools, roads, and sewer systems. Investors who purchase munis are lending their money to the municipality bond issuer in exchange for a promise of regular interest payments plus the return of the original investment, principal. A muni bond is attractive to investors because of their stability, a government rarely declares bankruptcy, and the ability to provide a steady income stream. In addition, the interest earned is exempt from federal taxes and often state and local taxes. Due to the rash of cyber attacks on these government agencies, investors are now seeking answers to cybersecurity questions before buying munis, or opting for a safer investment elsewhere. Ratings firms are asking local governments, called due diligence, who are issuing munis questions about their cybersecurity protections that they have in place, such as whether they have cyber insurance and the details of their incident response plans, particularly how quickly they are prepared to respond and recover in a cyber attack. Cybersecurity has now become a risk factor in buying munis, and because of the higher risk from cyber attacks, some investors are shying away from purchasing them. In order to entice investors, government entities may have to offer a higher interest rate, which then results in higher costs that can reduce the total amount of money that can be raised through a muni. Researchers have found that following a ransomware attack, local governments have spent 50% more on technology protections, but bond yields, the return an investor expects to receive, fell by 0.03 percentage points. Thus, local governments are being squeezed to spend more on cybersecurity at a time when they may have less money to spend. The second type of organization that has difficulty with incident response are public and private utilities that provide electricity, gas, water, and sewer services. Utilities fall into three ownership types: investor-owned utilities, cooperatives, and publicly owned utilities, POUs. POUs include those run by federal, state, and local municipalities. In addition to government entities, political subdivisions may run POUs, which are called public utility districts. The United States has 1,958 POUs that provide electricity to an average of 12,100 customers each. These smaller POUs have likewise been increasingly under attack. In November 2023, the North Texas Municipal Water District was the victim of a ransomware attack, and the Municipal Water Authority of Aliquippa in Pennsylvania was breached by attackers who were targeting Israeli-manufactured equipment. Although neither attack resulted in disruptions to the water supply for their customers, they caused the U.S. government to issue an alert warning of software vulnerabilities in technology that is widely used by heavy industry operators such as water plants. However, an incident in February 2021 at a water plant in Oldsmar, Florida, resulted in an attacker reportedly increasing the levels of lye in drinking water to dangerous levels before being spotted by an employee. Recent efforts to strengthen cyber standards in utilities have not been successful. Regulations proposed by the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, that would have forced water utility operators to include cybersecurity in periodic assessments were strongly opposed by the industry. The EPA eventually withdrew the regulations after challenges from trade associations, lawmakers, and state attorneys general in Iowa, Arkansas, and Missouri. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you are unable to do that, you will need to log in. Creating a YouTube account is free and takes less than a minute. To see more videos like this, please click in the rectangle in the middle of your screen. To see other videos from this channel, please click the circle on the bottom right. Thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one.